there's a couple things going into the game that we really thought were important for us to win. They're averaging 18 points a game in transition, which is 8th in the country. And we wanted to hold them 9 or under, and we held them 10. And they're averaging 13 offensive rebounds a game in their wins, and we held them to 9. And then we turned them over 13 times in a low possession game. That makes it awfully hard for them to score. I thought we played outstanding defense the entire game. Trey Spillers, I think, had 4 blocks. Seemed like he had more than that. When we went to the zone, when we got a little bit of foul trouble, they went 5 for 14 against the zone. And I thought that really helped us. We played a little bit maybe at the end of the game. I thought Juke came in and just played outstanding. It's the way he's been practicing. I thought he drove it, he cut, he played off 2, played on balance, just played complete, and defended with physicality. I think that Styles kid, he's a handful. He's a really good player, and he did a good job guarding him. I thought Ty handled the pressure really well. His first turnover came in the second half. My biggest criticism would be I thought when the ball got a little sticky at times on offense and trying to drive it from the top. This is just never good. Maybe Hunter can once in a while because he's such a good individual offensive player. I thought that kind of hurts. But we were 17 for 22 in the paint. We got in the lane 33 times and scored. We got in the lane 49 times, scored 33 times, 1.48. Before the game, I said, listen, our practice, the game has to look like our practice and not theirs. And I felt like we just have had some really, really good practices since Christmas. And I think, we're playing like it. We played 10 games to open the season. We only had 16 practices. This team needed practice to kind of find themselves. The last thing I'll say in opening, and I know a lot has been said, rightfully so, about our numbers on offense and all these analytical things, and by the way we started the season. But if you look at our numbers in December and January in the ACC as a team, we're shooting 48% from the field in the ACC. We're shooting 37% from 3, 76 from the line. Those are winning numbers. And teams are shooting 38% against us. That's a 10% differential. Now, we got to continue on that path. But I just thought we had some guys that are starting to play, a lot better. Questions?
We saw Juke have good games early in the season, but it was kind of inconsistent.
Yep.
Has he come out of the 2 10-day breaks in December a different and more consistent player?
Yeah, in all fairness to him, too, it's just experience of it's more probably defense than offense. It's just understanding what we're doing. And I think he's gotten better and better with that. And then understanding shot selection, when to go, when not to go, when to move it, when not to move it. And he's still got, a lot to learn. But, him and Ty had to go through those things early to understand that this is how we do things. And I don't think they'd be the players they are now if they did it. And so credit to him and credit to Ty for, understanding that this is the way we do things and this is how I have to do it to be successful.
Steve, the first month and a half of the season felt like a lot of games we were talking about slow starts, and you mentioned the offensive efficiency numbers. You jump up 15 at Syracuse, 15 today, and you mentioned the numbers have kind of gone your way the last couple games. Do you feel that your team is, whether it's in practice or what you've seen the last 2 games, has turned a corner?
Yeah, I feel really good about these guys. I always have, but I see it because obviously right now we're going to practice more than we play. I've just seen it in practice and been doing this 36 years, and I got a pretty good idea when teams are how they prepare is usually how they play. It's not always that way, but these guys come in every day and they get after it, and they have great enthusiasm, and they're coachable. Listen, we go 2 days most of the time. Like this coming week, we'll take tomorrow off. We got 1 more week of no school. And my teams have always gotten a lot better during these times because we go twice. We'll go twice on Monday. We'll take Tuesday off. We'll go once on Wednesday, twice on Thursday, once on Friday, and then play on Saturday. I just think it really has helped our team get better. And I don't think we're as good as we're going to be either. I think we can get better and continues from doing some things offensively and defensively. I like what the zone has done for us. We kind of doubled Middlebrook some. We didn't. We kind of pulled it on, pulled it off. And those are some things we got to continue to get better at. But, right now, I'm happy with this win.
Steve, second start for Ty Lord. Obviously Hunter is still kind of the point guard for this team, but how much does it help you guys that you have a guy that you can play, hey, here's 15 minutes?
First of all, he only had one turnover, coming into the second half, against pressure. I mean, again, he has changed, okay, in a lot of ways. And some of it's between me and him, and then some of it is on the court, right? But credit to him. Credit to his parents. He's got good parents. That's important. And so he takes a lot of pressure. I thought it was really big at Syracuse. I thought the last 7 minutes of the game, I thought Hunter dominated the game because he wasn't tired. And I think, again, him being able to be on and off the ball is huge. But when you have that threat of Ty's speed, it's hard to pressure him. And he's disruptive defensively, too, now. He gets his hands on a lot of balls. And so credit to him. He's going to make some mistakes, but they all are. And those are things that we will live with as long as he continues to do the right things, which he has been doing on and off the court.
Steve, you had the 10-day break. Then you had another 10-day break. Now you get like another week where you don't have class and you don't have a midweek game. Mm-hmm. Is this a good opportunity to kind of review the tape, the Syracuse win and the win today, and figure out what are the last things we kind of need to do before the 16-game stretch run?
First thing you do is go recruit, right? Got some time off. I'm going to go out. I'm going to leave go tomorrow and be gone a little bit. Just tomorrow. I'll be back Monday. I think you do all those things, right? That's why on Wednesday it will not be about Miami. It'll be about what do we got to do. What are the things like you just said, watching the film against today, against NC State, all of it. Clemson, Syracuse, BC. What do we got to clean up? You do that, and then Thursday you put the scout in. It's always 48 hours, and then I think coming the following week, hopefully we'll have Omaha back, and so what does that look like? Well, how do we get him in the rotation, and how much can he play? Probably on a minute restriction, but I'm going to play him, and and so that's another added body in there for our team. I was happy to see Parker make stepped up, shot up with confidence, made a couple threes, thought he passed up a couple too. All in all, I just thought everybody played pretty good.
Speaking of rotation, you only went with the 7-player rotation today. Is that something we could expect going forward, or is it something about today's matchup that you weren't?
I don't know. Just trying to put the best team on the court, man. We could play Trey at the 4 and the 5, and he's naturally kind of played the 5 at App State. So, I don't have any problem because we were doubling the post for the most part. Now we didn't when a little bit in the second half we didn't. So he can guard the 5, so he can play it. It's just hard. I've told you this, guys, time and time again. It's hard to play 6 guards. It just is when Hunter and Cam are going to play a lot of minutes. And Cam, we took Cam out and played Juke. But give Cam credit. I thought he came in and ended the game the way we needed him to. But he didn't get off to a very good start. It's not from a lack of trying or playing hard. He just did it. But I thought, Juke really picked that up for us.
It's the first time Hunter's had 4 straight 20-point games. Yeah.
Really? I would have thought he had that last year.
He had 3 straight around this time of year.
Yeah.
It's not like he's been bad at any point this year, but he had a couple where it struggled a little bit. Have you seen any change in him?
Connor, not really. I mean, him and Parker are the 2 guys that put the work in. Like, they're in here all the time. They're in here when we're not here. So, maybe confidence. I think, I think he likes playing off the ball some too. Look, nobody said he was going to be the 40-minute point guard from day 1 in June. I never said that. That's ridiculous. We needed, somebody else. It just didn't happen at the pace that we needed it to happen for a lot of different reasons, and so I'm sure he's happy too. You know, he likes to get away from that. It's exhausting, especially when you play NC State. You know, Coach Woodley was, I know, believe it or not, he was a point guard back in the day, all-league player at Drake. We always talk about that's really hard for a point guard to get hounded like that, you know, for 40 minutes. Wears you down. And so having him and even Cam too, taking some of that pressure off of him.
Maybe my eyes deceive me, but
Probably.
I think I saw Parker smile when he hit a three towards the end there. How good is it, considering his start, to see him,
Look,
what seems like get his confidence back?
When we got back from Christmas, I brought him in the office. I said, look, what can I do to help you? I'll do anything to help you. Whatever's going on. He said, nothing. I just got to put the work in, and I got to play my way out of it. You know, Parker's a really good golfer. He's probably got the yips. You know, I don't know what the yips are because I'm a shitty golfer. So I wouldn't understand. I don't know what that means. I've just heard of it, like tin cup, right? You know, he wore all that stuff. I don't know. I mean, I just think seeing it go in is a big deal, right? And when you see it go in, he made a huge one against Syracuse, right? I thought he made a big one against Boston College on a Ricky action late in the game. A couple there today. I thought he passed up a couple. Got a deflection. Moves the ball. He's a basketball player. There's more to it. But we need him to make shots. And he has.
I'd be remiss not to ask what your handicap is.
Oh, I mean, there's not a number for that. I mean, I don't know. I don't play. I'd rather smoke a cigar than play golf. This is really healthy.
I guess since we're on the light mood, we had Duke's Mayo Bowl yesterday.
Yeah.
How big of a win do you need to get a tub of mayo dumped on you?
I think that'd be awesome. but I will say this. I'd rather eat those damn Pop-Tarts. I'd rather have them Pop-Tarts coming out of that trophy and just, you know what I mean? But that mayo thing, that's crazy. Who won the game? I didn't watch it. Did they? So rowed the boat, got some mayo on him. I bet you couldn't row a boat with that thing going on. Golly, that's insanity there.